right, here we are on the road to Adepticon with Gitsapalooza and Son. Say hi, Alec.
Hey.
There we go. We're heading south on I-39, heading toward Chicago. Not sure if I have my GPS set to the right place, but it'll get us close enough. So we got a late start today because we were supposed to go tomorrow morning, and then a friend of mine reminded me that I had him reserve a room for us tonight. So we did luckily the things I had to do were pretty minimal. I had to print stuff out for the tournament, finish up some objectives. Alec did yeoman's work packing the car, and I set a goal for 6, which meant really 6:30, and we got out by about 6:45 after stopping for gas and everything. So we're doing pretty good. We'll get there 9:30, more or less. So there we go. We will see you guys in a bit. Hey there, welcome back to Gitsapalooza. We are south of Madison now and heading towards the Illinois border. I thought I would talk a little bit, mainly to keep myself awake and focused. Not that it's that late, but it's been a long week so far. So I thought I'd give you guys a little background on what it's been like for the run-up to running this big tournament here at Adepticon. We've got 32 slots. Last I knew, there were 29 people signed up, and I know 2 more who did not sign up but will be there. So they're going to sign up as soon as they get there. So we'll have at least 31 people. Luckily, we're not running like normal Swiss pairing, so I don't have to worry about having an even number of people in regular brackets. The rules for running tournaments that GCT laid out for Bushido are actually pretty clear. If you've got a bye, the bye person is always the person at the bottom of the ranking, and they get 2 out of 3 points, which is a pretty healthy victory. But at that, it's very unlikely that the bye will ever affect the final results of the tournament. So it works out. I will be, if we have an odd number, I will offer to play the bye. I don't know, I'll leave it up to that person. I'm sure if somebody comes all the way to Adepticon, they're going to want to play all their games. So I cooked up kind of a fun list that that should be entertaining for my opponent and not really competitive in a tournament standpoint, which is what I want. I want them to have fun with a bye, and it'll give me a chance to play. But I'm hoping that I have even numbers, so I don't have to worry about it. I'd rather focus my efforts on running a tournament. It's been interesting. The biggest challenge, for sure, working with GCT, Gordon and Odin and Jason has been easy. They've all been very generous with their time and ideas and giving me help that I've requested and support. So I can't say enough good things about them. I can also not say enough good things about Adepticon. They have been fantastic. The support I've gotten, never having run an event at Adepticon before, I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure if they were going to take me seriously as a participant, because the tournament is relatively small potatoes compared to a lot of the other things going on, and I was totally wrong. They were very supportive, very helpful, made me feel like I was valued contributor, and assuming that everything at the event goes as well as all the prep stuff did, I couldn't be happier. So the big scary thing really was just getting enough boards and terrain together to run a 32-person list. That's 16 boards. That's a lot of boards, considering that, as I've discovered, a lot of people who play this game don't have much of their own equipment as far as boards and terrain goes. I went a little nuts with it because I really enjoy it. I think the atmosphere is very cool, and of course it's something I did with both my sons. And luckily for me, I was able to roll a bunch of other hobby materials that I had collected over the years for things like 40K or model railroading or who knows what else. I've been able to turn a lot of that into Bushido terrain. So that's worked out pretty nice. And the things I've had to buy have not been super expensive, or I've been able to build them on my own and turn relatively cheap materials into pretty exciting, interesting elements for my Bushido boards. But still, 16 boards is a lot of boards. I remember Aaron, who used to run the tournament at Adepticon, had 8 boards of his own that he built. And when I first got into this, I had said, there's no way I'm going to build that many boards. If people want to play, they're going to have to step up and provide, some help. So I don't have to spend all that money and spend all that time. And of course, in the end, I have 8 boards. I have 8 full boards all packed up and ready to go, and a 9th. I don't actually have a table or a board or a mat for it, but I've probably got enough spare terrain lying around to make a decent extra board. So that was pretty hectic, and I have been relying on my friends to help me out. They have been great. Tyler and Justin are providing the bulk of the remainder of the boards. Those are guys you've both seen on my channel. Tyler plays the monks and Justin plays the cult. Though there was a funny story to go along with that. I had asked Tyler, a month or 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, whenever I started, getting the real planning done for this, I had asked Tyler, I was like, oh, hey, how many boards do you think you can bring? And he said 3. I said, great, that's wonderful. And then I asked Justin, and Justin said 4. And I said, wow, that's terrific. That's just what I need to finish up the tournament. And so a week or so we got together, and they had boards, but they didn't quite have enough terrain. So I was bringing some extra terrain to see if we could fill their boards up for them. And I discovered at that time that they were counting the same boards. So rather than the 2 of them bringing 7 boards, it was the 2 of them bringing 3 or 4 boards. With a week to go. So you can imagine, you can imagine the look in my face when I figured that out. Why I didn't think to ask them, they're brothers, so why I didn't think to make that clarification weeks ago is, my stupidity. But anyway, they were generous enough and had reserves enough to dig up a couple of more boards, and so I think we're still in good shape. But I did have to make that winter board that you guys may have seen at the last minute, something I threw out at the very end just to make sure we had ourselves covered. But I think we're good. This week it's been stressful. I've had a bunch of stuff that I've been trying to get done. I needed to make new objectives just in case. I've got a couple of boards coming in, and not everybody has all the objectives we need, so I wanted to make a couple of extra sets of objectives. And then I had been considering maybe making some of my nice objectives for sale, for like the area control objectives, things like that. So I opted to make some sets of my weathered brick objectives, which are relatively easy and inexpensive to make, so I don't have to charge too much for them. And I just barely got those done. And then I had to think about, well, what do I need to print out for the tournament? I need to print out the scenarios, I need to print out the tournament rules so everybody has them in hand. And that was the last thing I did before we left. So that was the deal. Got lots of support from my wife and my son Alec, which is invaluable. I know not everybody gets that from their families, and I am definitely grateful and blessed that my wife, even before we were married, supported my gaming hobby. She would buy me 40K figures for my birthday or Christmas, whatever. So She's been a trooper and a sweetie, and love her to death, and owe her just an amazing amount. And the reason this tournament's happening is in large part due to the support she's given me. So she'll actually be there on Saturday, and she'll be helping out with the tournament on Sunday. So if you see a blonde gal helping to run the tournament, that's my wife Kim. Go up and say hello and thank you for her support. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. I don't want to bore you guys too much. So we're making good progress. We should be hitting the Illinois border within a half hour for sure. So maybe I'll tune in one more time as we are heading towards Chicago. All right, take care, guys.
All right, the reason I've turned the phone on is that we are about to stop for dinner at one of my favorite places on the trip. In Illinois, here around Chicago, we have these basically food courts over the highway. They're called Oases. So this is the Belvedere Oasis because it's near Belvedere, Illinois. I'm hoping I'm pointing the camera at it so you get to see what it's like. The cool thing is there are counters and chairs along the edge there, so you can sit and eat your meal and watch the cars go by.
Which we will do here in a minute.
All right, so I know this isn't the Bushido that you guys are used to, but I'm helping out with a friend of mine's night fight battle. This is a 40K battle using just knights. My friend Pat over there has been working on this for a couple of years, playtesting, and he built all this terrain and painted it, and we have 14 knights on the table fighting for supremacy in this area. It's a team game, it's fast, it's chaotic, and it's an absolute riot. And as you can see, there's some pretty engaged people. So we'll see you later. Thanks. Hello everyone, and welcome to Gitsapalooza. We are here at Adepticon. You can tell we're at Adepticon because the ceiling in the room is gigantic, and probably more to what most of you are interested in, we are here at the Bushido booth on the main floor. They have an excellent display, so I'm going to take you around. This is actually where I started to play Bushido last year. Believe it or not, it's only been a year. And so they have a beautiful display. There's my Tengu, love the Tengu, Minamoto. Sorry for all the movement, guys. Savage Wave. And then we move on down. There we go. We've got the Triad, Ito Clan. The big snake is not to be denied. Young Pirates. And not to be undone, we have the Cult of Virie. We've got Temple. And lastly, Kaze Kage Zoku, basically ninjas. So there we go. We have a very nice display. Of course, being Adepticon, they have all kinds of specials going on. You know, buying packs and getting better prices than normal. You say they've got a lot of stock. They've got dice. They've got box sets, which if you're interested is a great way to get started because they're usually more cost efficient than otherwise. And they are showing off what will be a new pack. Can I borrow this for a second? Yeah. Thank you. So we have this 2-player set, and these are new. And this one, if I can get it to focus, is Prefecture
and Ito. So these are all new models. They're saying they should be available around Gen Con, either before or after. So very cool, and hopefully they'll be coming out with more of these as time goes on for people who want to get started. 3 models is, in my experience, a very doable number. It's easy to learn on 3 models. You're not trying to keep track of too many things. So there's their awesome back sign. I just love it. So there we go. We're at the Bushido table here at Adepticon, and maybe with a little bit of luck, I'll get to talk to one of the guys later on. All right, here we are at Adepticon in the evening. My son is playing with my Titan way over in the corner back there, and we are playing Bushido, and we're having a good time. We have a demo game. Tyler's demoing the game to Rad there, and then Justin and I are trying our hand at 35 Rice of a little slugfest. We're having a good time. So there we go. This is probably going to be roughly the end of the evening. I don't think I'll have another game after this. You never know, but it's been fun. It's been a really good day. I got to meet the guys over the GCT booth, and it was a lot of fun. Everybody told me to stay calm and that the tournament would turn out fine, and I'm sure it will. So I am calm. I'm having a good time. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Gitsapalooza. Here we are in the final round of the Bushido tournament at Adepticon 2019. I'm going to walk around, show you some of the tables, show you the guys playing. It's been fun. Unfortunately, it was Sunday, we had a bunch of no-shows, but we still have like 22 or 24 players, so we've got a ton of people playing, and it's been fun. We've had battle scores, painting scores, the whole 9 yards. So we're just going to drop in on a couple of games as we're walking by. Lots of models, nice looking terrain. Sorry guys, I'll get out of your way in a second here. All right.
I'll go ahead and make it back.
So we'll keep walking down the line. So this is my game. I'm just playing it by, and it's going very badly. I cannot make a... I actually don't have cards, so I'm just playing from memory, and that's not working out really well for me. I cannot make a fear test to save my life, so I'm just throwing activations at my opponent, and he's taking advantage of them.
Okay.
All right, let's check out, see what these guys are doing over here. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of doing a little filming, so I'll be out of your way. You having fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
All right, I will buy dice.
All right, we're gonna sneak in here.
Is that only the first round?
First
round. Okay.
Taking some look at some of the other games. Got really neat boards, some of which, of course, are mine, but I had some friends of mine, Tyler and Justin, made a bunch of boards. Some other guys brought in.
10 and column 4.
No reference to superheroes?
7.
I said no reference to superheroes. So I do my normal.
It would be dead, except he's a toughness 1.
All right, we'll keep moving down the line. Another one of the boards. Sorry guys, just doing a little filming. All right. Naruto Clan. All right.
I should have been able to do a little bit more.
Here we go. Sorry guys, just filming.
They're just filming a slaughter of Tengu.
A slaughter of Tengu. This is sort of like a murder of crows.
Oh, yeah,
It's a slaughter of Tengu.
They're all dead.
You gotta do something with your bird.
All right, there's the lava board.
Your bird. The bird that's here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying you gotta do something with it. Don't worry about it. No, I know it.
And of course, you guys have seen this
Still,
before.
I know it's still just tired. I still have those guys here, so still on.
We're just lousy with Ito. There's Ito everywhere. Oh, here we go. Once again, we have the new faction.
So you get pushed back in it? You ready, Chris? Yeah. I got one defense, 3.
And last but not least, the other snowboard.
All right. So he's gonna go.
All very nice.
4, 5, he's gonna walk back.
So there we go. So that's the tournament. We're kind of in the middle of the third round. The points are kind of separating the players. We also have a painting contest. And then because I had an extra medal, which was very nice on the part of the Adepticon folks, I made up a category called Warrior Poet, which is a combination of battle score and your painting score, with each equally weighted. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably do a little filming once we know how things go at the end, and we'll go from there.